All right. Good morning. What's up, guys? We have some stocks running in pre-market. Several, in fact, running in pre-market. One I'm really focused on right now is PUHN. They just launched the National Ventilator Registry. So if you read into the press release, it's a pretty good press release. What really interests me is this chart pattern. Because the dollar is where the 50-day is, it's right at $1. I can see this getting a move up. There's definitely going to be some resistance at 125, but we'll see what happens at open. Then we got BKYI that just went absolutely nuts this morning from 50 cents all the way up to 245. So it's above everything on the chart right now. Well, actually, it's at 203 at this point, but still, it's almost above everything on the chart. Could be a good one. ASTC has started rebounding this morning. It's all the way up to 589. And they've got a press release about their test. And then BIMI won some orders, 10.6 million medical supply order. So if they're starting to get orders like that, BIMI could start ripping. BIMI is one of those stocks that is known to rip. The stock can get pumped and it can get going. Right now it's right below both of these indicators. So like 350, break of 350. You could see BIMI start going. BIMI is a very fast moving stock though, so it's going to be tricky. But right at the bell, I want to focus on PHUN. I think what's the hand sanitizer meme? I think so what's AYTU doing? Okay, AYTU selling off right now. But right at the bell, I want to watch FUN, because I think it could get going. It has a decent sized float. It hasn't had as much volume as some of the other plays as far as BKYI and ASTC, but that's a good thing because we don't. If not a lot of people have got into it yet, they might start getting into it. But I like PHUN if it can start moving. Might sell off right here. I'm not sure. There's some resistance at 110 as well. You can see it. You can see quite a bit of a sell-off right here. So we'll see what happens here at open. Only thing seem to be holding up right at the moment is ASTC. We know ASTC can rip. We know it has the potential to rip. So we got about 50 seconds here and we'll see what happens. This TC's got to break $6, it looks like, before it can start moving. Kind of like to see a bit more of a sell-off on it right at the bell. Like I said, I'm going to focus on PHUN right at the bell and see if anything happens. It is Friday, so always keep in mind Fridays are always a little weirder. Volume is always a little off on Fridays. So we're about to open up right now. See, ASTC. ASTC looks like a reverse U shape. I'm just watching FUN for volume to start coming in. Because I'm probably going to pull the trigger here. Volume starts coming in. I think I'll go a little lighter than. It's kind of holding up right now. Okay, let's see. Might start selling off here. I don't know. Looks like it's trying to decide which way it wants to go. ASTC down to 550. A little bit of buying starting to come in just a little bit on PHUN. See, if 95 cents doesn't hold up, it's probably going to drop some. What would it look like on ASTC? ASTC is starting to curl up. Ooh, I think I might have missed the opportunity to get in on ASTC. But ASTC looks like it's trying to break 6 here. Little U shape. See, to get 100 shares, I need it back down to 568. I may not be able to get in this. But ASTC looks like it might start ripping here. In a few minutes. Might go 90. I might be able to squeeze 90 in there. Oh no, unless it comes back down. Whew, I don't know what's about to happen with ASTC. See, FUN selling off some more. Actually, don't mind that. See where are we at on BMI. BMI is not doing anything yet. BKYI. BKYI might start. Or did it already get halted? It got halted right out the gate here, just about. What is these emojis y'all are putting in the chat? I have no idea what's going on with these emojis you're putting. Alright, so ASTC starting to sell off a little bit. So I'm going to focus, I'm going to switch my focus back to PUHN. So like I said, it hasn't got that much attention yet, and this is a pretty good press release, especially for right now. And I'm gonna go on PHUN just cause It's starting to get a little bit of attention, and it didn't rip right out the gate, so I'm wanting to see. Ooh, it's starting to sell off a little bit. I might take a hit here if this doesn't come up some more. I may have jumped the gun on it. We'll see. Because it could just sell off, but I want to give it a chance. It's the one that's grabbed my attention the most this morning out of all of them. So that's why I'm leaning towards it. Really, you want the re-break of $1, so I probably should have waited out to see if we get the re-break of $1 before I jumped in this, but I was just trying to get in early for a little padding. So what it look like on the 5-minute? Yeah, 5-minute we went. It's been all red. Needed to get back over 95 cents. Start slowly climbing back up to $1 here. Still haven't got a lot of volume yet. That's a little concerning. Need volume to start coming into this. Might start selling off here. This might be bad. This might be bad news for me. So I'm just going to be smart as I can be. I'm just going to put a stop loss right in at under 90 cents. So that way if it starts crashing out, I won't take that big of a loss. But it needs to start coming back up to $1 soon. If not, it could sell off more. See, BKYI came out of that halt. Hasn't really done anything yet. AYTU up to 176. Nice little pop so far on AYTU. No news. BMI selling off. So AYTU is due for another press release. I'm thinking Monday is when it's going to happen, but we'll see. See how much attention it gets today. Let's see. Oh, let's see if we're going to start moving here. See if we start moving. See if I'm going to make some money today or if I'm just going to be a scrub like I have been all week. My trading has been so awful. So let's see what happens. Oh, nope. Started getting up there, but right back down again. So there's some selling pressure on this. Started going up while I was looking away, so I'm gonna go away from it again. Yeah, AYTU is probably is moving right now, just probably off of the fact that everybody knows a press release is coming soon. So STC still pretty far down there. BKYI, nothing yet. Got halted on the way down, looks like. Let's see. Oops. Tilray had a little pop up to $10. APVO reverse stock split. Eton. There's a lot of press releases for a Friday. PHUN is building some slightly slightly lower highs. How is AYTU being manipulated? Because it's definitely been manipulated. I'll go into that on AYTU a little bit later. Why I think it's been manipulated and everything going on with it. But right now, I don't want to get in too much of a rant here. Just in case something happens with PHUN at the moment, just because I am in on this. Trying to see if this is going to get a push up here soon. But yeah, I'll get in. We can get in AYT. Yeah, hedge funds, big investors, speculation of savvy management. There's a lot going on with AYTU for sure. So I don't know, guys. I don't know what is gonna happen on PHUN. It looks like it could sell off more, but on the 30 anyway. Unless it can start coming back up. It's just floating in this 93 to 95 area. Alright, Thinkorswim's wanting to freeze up. That's always pleasant. BKYI. See, STC is starting to come back up. A little bit of a U shape. Like I said, breaking $6 on ACTC or ASTC. You could see this might start running. So it is starting to come back up a little bit here. BIMI still selling off. On the 30-minute, I'm not sure how I feel about ASTC. It's kind of got that reverse U shape starting here. So if it's going to break, it's got to do it soon. Oof. And PUHN just dropped down to 90 cents. So I'm probably about to get stopped out here. Yep, I did. I got stopped out there. So $42 loss on PUHN. Couldn't get it. So let's see what happens on ASTC. What are you talking about on BKYI? So what's the SPY doing right now? SPY going up or going down today? Seems to be going down. Yeah. I'm going to draw my line on here. So what's probably going to happen with the SPY, it's like I was saying yesterday, it's probably going to be this type of thing here, where it's probably, the market's probably going to get lower. I don't think AYTU is going to do anything crazy today, as that's going to be that press release. That's going to be the one that pushes us up. And right now you can see in pre-market's been held down at 180. So whoever's manipulating is probably keeping it down in the same range today until next week. See, BKY halted again. Yeah, BKYI, I don't know. This is a lot of halts. A lot of halts so far. It looks like ASTC is might start selling off too. So it looks like PHUN is trying to hold 90 cent support. You thinking about selling AYTU today? I mean, if you're up in profit and you want to sell it, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, anytime you have profit, it's good to lock it in. I mean, there's a lot going on with AYTU, so I definitely understand being nervous about being in this play because right now we're pretty much at the mercy of whoever's manipulating it. So until they're done when they're done holding it down, that's when it could start ripping. But that doesn't mean just because they're manipulating it, holding it down, that does not mean that it is going to rip. There's just a possibility that if they stop holding it down, that it could rip pretty hard. So that's what I'm waiting on AYTU. But I mean, as long as it doesn't drop too low today, I mean, as long as it holds up 150 area as support, because I think it could get brought back down to 150 today. It may not, because it is kind of staying up right now, but I don't know. I just kind of feel like it could get brought back down to 150. And then Monday or Tuesday, when it gets a good press release, if they decide to if they decide to stop manipulating it, which probably would be the case, then it can start ripping. So, like I said, if you're up in profit and you're not comfortable and you're new, lock in your profit. You can always wait and see Monday if they do come out with a press release and jump back in it or whatever. And PUHN. I don't even want to talk about PHUN right now, just because of the fact it is coming back up a little bit. And if I got stopped out and it's gonna run, that's probably what will happen. It always seems to happen to me. But yeah, just be smart on AYT. Use your logic, even if you're new. Just do what you think is the best. Whatever you feel. If you feel like the manipulation in AYTU is too much and you don't trust it, hey. Alright guys, it looks like we're going to have a little slowness for a few minutes. Everything's kind of consolidating and figure out which way it's going to go. CPIMI. So yeah, I'll be right back, guys. Give me a few minutes. I'll be right back. All right. So, let's see. We're still talking about AYTU. I can okay. So I'll explain why it can't. It's getting volume. It's getting a ton of volume. Yeah. Daniel B's input. It's been getting a ton of volume. It's had good press releases, but it's barely moved, and that's because they're holding it down. They're manipulating this stock. It's been as clear as day. There's been a couple of days where the time and sales has lit up green with huge orders, and the stock price didn't move at all. So they're holding it down so they can, one of two things. One, they're trying to get into this. They could have been shorting all these big red candles and holding it down, making money there, and then they could be loading up into it, because if you're buying 1 million shares or 10 million shares, you can't buy 10 million shares at once. If you buy 10 million shares at once, then the stock is just going to go nuts. So you have to slowly build your way in there with big positions like that. So if Sabby and all his rich buddies are manipulating this, then they're holding it down so they can get their big position sizes until AYTU gets that big press release. And then they can let off holding it down. As soon as they let go of it, then the stock can rip and run really hard. Now, there is the possibility that they could just be, shorting and just making money off of it that way, and they're waiting for the big short. They're waiting for it to rip. They're waiting to let it rip off of some really good news and run up to like 350 or something like that, and then a lot of investors come in because it's, running, and then they just short the hell out of it all the way down to zero. So it's one of the two. One of the two is their plan. The manipulation it's either going to end up with a big rip, and here's the thing, if it does do this big rip, you have to keep in mind at any point in time they can start dumping those big positions that they have, and the stock can drop down. So that's what I say. I mean, if you feel like you want to lock in profit today, there's nothing wrong with that if you've got some profit. I'm not mad at you. I'm giving it a chance till next week. This pattern is an ascending triangle pattern that is on AYTU. So when an ascending triangle pattern breakout happens, it's when the stock gets right in the corner of the triangle. So the corner of the triangle would be either Monday or Tuesday. And that's about the time when a press release should be out for AYTU. So, but I mean, if it closes up in this 170 range and this candle right here stays green, this is a nice consolidation into the tip of this triangle. So like I said, I'm holding it until next week. I think we're to the tip of this. We're going to be at the tip of this triangle, and that press release is going to come out. I don't honestly know how hard it can rip. I think it has potential to rip pretty hard, but like I said, at some point they're going to want to start dumping their big position sizes, and the stock is going to come back down pretty fast. Daniel B, yeah, where they let it run to 75 and then short it back down to 4, yeah. So, I'm saying there's two options, and they may be using both options of, shorting it down some and holding it down, and then it could rip real hard, and they could make their money there, and then they could short it all the way back down again. Which that would be the way to make the most money off of manipulating this stock. So I could see them doing both. But yeah, just because of this ascending triangle, that alone is enough to make me stay in it for now. Because they've been manipulating the price of this stock for a while now, for a week, week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks. And they wanted this ascending triangle pattern on here. They know what that is. I don't know if it'll rip to 75. I think that's a little high. But I do think it is possible that it could rip. See, I was looking at this yesterday. I think it has. Okay, I'll tell you guys my thoughts on this. On what I'm thinking now. Okay, I gotta do a 2-year time frame. Okay, so we have the ascending triangle. If this is their plan, I have no idea what their plan is. I'm just looking at the charts and seeing what they could be thinking, what they're trying to do with this. You know, we get the ascending triangle to finish out, let's just say Monday. And all this is pure speculation, so nobody take this for what, just take it for the value of speculation. I have no idea. This is just my thoughts on it. But we finish this ascending triangle. We get the big press release Monday. And they let it start ripping. So it starts ripping. AYTU has always had a pretty big short interest, so I know there are shorters watching this. I think they see it start ripping, and up to this $3 mark where this candle hit, that's where the shorters will start coming in at $3. All right? Then whoever's manipulating it might start adding more buying pressure to it and short squeeze these shorters out. All right, if the shorters get short squeezed out at $3, it's probably gonna rip really hard. There's not any resistance. Let's see, where was it at? There's not any resistance till a little bit, maybe at 4, a little bit at 475. There's a couple little levels, but with a short squeeze could blow right through all these resistance levels. So the next thing is $10. Now, what could happen at $10? And I actually need to change this time frame to a 3-year. Let's see, where's it go? So at $10, AYTU, once it breaks $10, it's no longer a penny stock. I mean, it's still a penny stock, but at that point, investors will start looking at it different. It's psychology. When a stock goes above $10, they just start thinking it's a totally different stock. They're like, okay, it's over 10. Now it's getting up in, the higher price stocks. So those investors will start coming in. The shorters who had to cover for the short squeeze at $3, they're all out of it, but they see it at $10, they're going to be like, okay, I'm getting my short in on this. This is not running more than $10. So they jump in at $10. The big investors jump in and short squeeze them out again. Now, at that point, if it breaks $10, you literally don't have any resistance, because you can see back here on this chart, there's nothing back here past $10. So you break through that, then you got room all the way up to the bottom right here to $41. So I could see it getting up to 41. 75 I think is a little bit of a stretch. I would not hold it that long, but I could see the possibility for $41 off of the chart. Now I don't, this is like best case scenario in my mind that could happen. So like I said, don't take it as serious information. It's just my speculation. Yeah. Shorters are annoying. They cause stocks to not act like they should sometimes. But shorters will be on this play. That's the thing that, Yeah, and then the company does another direct offering while it's up at $41, or they do a regular offering to the public. But yeah, it's got potential, and the shorters are the reason why I think it has the most potentials, because this is a very highly short interest stock. There's a lot of people who like to short the stock. We're traders of habit. If we've made money off of a stock before, we'll usually go back to it. And I know there's been plenty of people making money off of shorting AYTU in the past. So if the manipulation occurs to the upside, the manipulators can cause the short squeeze. They can cause the shorters to have to jump ship. And then, like I said, after $10, the big investors can cause another short squeeze. So that's why, I think there's a lot of potential for it. But like I said, it's best case scenario. Me personally, my first price target is $5. That's where I want to start locking in profit on it. But I will be keeping a very close eye when it gets up to 3 to make sure that it's going to break 3, because they could just run the 3 and that be the end of it. So, but if we do break 3, I'm going to lock something in at $5, and then I'll lock something in probably around the $7.50, $8 area, then lock some around $10, and then hold a little bit of shares to see if it breaks that $10 mark. So 18% institutional investors. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of attention on the stock, and the manipulation has been clear as day. We've been saying for a week and a half that somebody is manipulating the stock. It's been clear because of every press release that's barely moved when we're watching other stocks come out with not quite as good press releases like BMRA, and BMRA just ripped to the sky. So we'll see. Like I said, it has the potential to go hard. I don't know if it's going to go that hard. I do think with the test kit press release that they're shipping out kits that'll probably come out Monday or Tuesday. I do think we can easily see $3. So there is profit still in it, if it doesn't do all the crazy shenanigans. It might just hit $3 and that might be the end of it. So that's what I'm saying. That $3 mark is going to be pretty important to see what their plan is on this stock. But I don't think they're going to short it down to 0 right now, because the stock has been, it doesn't make sense really for them to do that. I think they would let it run harder before they decide to start shorting it. So I think in this area, it's staying in this ascending triangle. I think like I said, I think we'll at least get to $3. But we'll see. You never know. We are getting a decent move today, surprisingly. I kind of wasn't expecting much out of AYTU because it's Friday. But well, yeah, I agree with you, but I think it's gonna be like 3 or 4 press releases at once, because to get the biggest rip, if they're going for the best case scenario, then to get the biggest rip, they should release FDA approval, test kits being shipped out, orders for more kits are being ordered for like 5 million or something like that, and then another press release stating that Canada is wanting to order 10 million test kits or something. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes stocks will do that. They'll release like 3 or 4 different press releases. And yeah, I'm just talking about them actually saying that they're shipping the test out to hospitals and whatnot. That's what I meant by the distribution. But like I said, I think the best way to do it is drop 3 or 4 press releases at once. They drop 3 or 4 press releases at once with all those different good newses. That is, idea for making a stock you're manipulating rip extremely hard. because the test kits was supposed to be here already, and I think they probably are here already. So they could have released that press release, and they didn't. So I think that's what they're doing. I think they're trying to have one big PR day to make this stock really rip. But we'll see. To me, that just makes sense. If I like to think about it from their perspective. Like, what is the best outcome for the manipulators? What do they want? And to me, if I was a manipulator, 4 good press releases would be pretty nice, or 3. One's enough to move AYTU. So if you give it 3 or 4 good ones, then you're definitely going to see some movement. So yeah, see, that's the same thing I heard too. One life. That's the same thing I've been seeing, is that they've got the test. They're just relabeling them for distribution. So that's what I'm saying. They could have put out a press release this week saying, "Hey, the tests are here. Now we're going to start the next steps," but they never did. On another note, BKYI is making a U shape possibly. Well, if it can hold up here, but break a 220 on BKYI, you might could start seeing a move. Yeah, Canada and Mexico borders are closed, but not for authorized personnel, for shipping and distributing and all that. BKY just got halted on the way down, but companies can still ship across Mexico and Canada's border. That's not shut off yet. If they shut that off, I've not heard about that. I know they shut it off for normal travel, but they haven't shut it off for they haven't shut it off for authorized for businesses. So, and they're not going to. You're not like Trump is wanting to keep the economy going the best way he can, which at this point I have no idea how they're going to keep the economy going, but he said several times he's not closing the borders down for Mexico and Canada for business. Yeah, I think we're going to come down next week too on the SPY. But we'll see. So BKYI is probably, it's a good thing y'all didn't get in BKYI. The way it keeps getting halted on the way down is pretty sketchy. ASTC is not doing anything. It is Friday, so there might not be too many good moves. And PHUN dropped all the way down to 82. Possible maybe U-shaped there for a little bit later. And BIMI, still nothing yet. Barely has any volume. Really, the only stock that's running right now I'm seeing so far, besides maybe Tilray or some of these other ones that aren't really on our list, is AYTU. Like I said, all I want to see out of AYTU today is it to close above, 170. So this candle right here will be green. So I have no real interest of paying much attention to AYTU until later today towards power hour, because it could do all kinds of wacky things during the day. So unless AYTU just starts ripping out of nowhere, but I highly doubt they're going to let it go today without any press releases. So see TVIX starting to pop back up on the NASDAQ scanner. See anything else going on with APVO? Look at this. Oh, MFA, yeah, I'll take a look at MFA again today. If the market's going down, I wouldn't expect MFA to do much. But look, One Life, look, the one time I don't get on a reverse stock split, and it's ran from 320 to 420 so far. The one time, every single time I get on a reverse stock split, it never does anything. And then finally I'm like, nope, not doing any more things with reverse stock splits. And now we have a reverse stock split that has climbed up $1 so far today. Oh, and it just got halted. I think. No, it didn't. Did it get halted? Yeah, it did get halted because the level 2 just clicked off. See? Reverse stock splits. I'm leaving. That's it. I'm gone. Oh yeah, MFA. See what MFA is doing. So MFA actually got a decent move up to pre-market, but it's been selling off since. Right now you're at some real... You've got some support in this area, but if this support cracks at basically, I don't know, let's see. Basically 170. If it cracks 170, it could sell off pretty hard. This, it's like I said, as long as the market's going down, MFA is going to go down because that it was running because the market was going up. So I mean, if you're in MFA, you might, I don't know. It's hard to say. It is a good dividend stock, but I think the market's going to be coming back down pretty hard next week. So because of that, I might would be looking to get out of it, especially if it cracks 170 here. If you're in it. The opportunity to sell off of this momentum in after hours yesterday was up here at 275 area in pre-market. So, but I mean, it is a pretty good dividend stock. So if you think that it's got, you think once the market's going to rebound, you could hold it. I mean, you're probably going to get down pretty low. So, I don't know. I would probably say if you're in it, just, like I said, if 170 doesn't hold up, get out of it. And you can always get back in a lot cheaper later on down the road. If it comes back down to this 30-cent area, I'll probably buy a bit of it myself. So... BKY is not looking good. ASTC still not sure. Oh, APVL, that's the one that got halted. So this will be unhalted in 2 minutes. Because I want to see how hard this is going to rip. It's already ripped $1. And it's ripped $1 and it's only had 78,000 in volume so far. Computers are trading AY to you. They got the algorithms working on it. But yeah, since it is Friday and I don't see too much happening right now, we'll probably let the stream go a little bit longer, but not too much longer. Where's a nice place to build a position? What are you talking about on One Life? The APVO is about to get it unhalted here. Let's see what it does. Because it's barely gotten any volume and it tripped $1. So if volume starts coming into it. What's the worst place? What do y'all? I don't know what y'all are talking about. We're talking about a bunch of different stocks. So you got to be a little bit more specific. It should be coming out any second unless it's a 10-minute halt. We haven't seen any. I haven't seen any 10-minute halts in a while since they changed the way they do the halts. Hmm. APV is waiting for a buy. I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm not gonna buy it out of the halt. I'm not gonna buy anything. I don't have any funds settled. I don't think. I use most of my funds early on PHUN, or at least on this account anyway. I'm just wanting to see for my own personal interest how hard this rips, if it does rip. Just because y'all been clowning me about these reverse stock splits. Because every time I get in one, it doesn't do much. Because I want to see APVO. I want to see it come out of this halt and rip to $7 or something crazy. Just so I can be like, see? First stock splits work sometimes. How much buying volume? Okay, I was going to say. AYT's at 11 million in volume so far. Looks like it's trying to build up for this 180 break, maybe. Oh, this is still halted. So this must be it's got to be a 10-minute halt then. So 2 more minutes. Yeah, 78,000 volume on APVO. That's what I was saying. These stocks, they don't need a lot of volume. I know they come out and you see them and they're sitting back here and they don't have hardly any volume. And it's like, oh, that's something I wouldn't trade. It's not going to get any volume. It doesn't need much volume. The float is so low right now. These stocks can easily get pumped by a chat room, and that's what I go off of is if a chat room decides to pump one of these reverse stock splits that show up like this, then you can get some crazy movements. Yeah, there's no liquidity right now, but if volume starts coming into it, there'll be liquidity. I've lost. Yeah, I wouldn't touch it with Daniel's Donger. Like I said, these are tricky to trade. That's why I'm 0 for 3 on these reverse stock splits. But the one time I wasn't paying any, like I was purposely not paying attention to it. I said a reverse stock split about it like right at the beginning of the stream, and I didn't say anything else about it because I was like, well. I'm not saying it's a good idea to trade these. I'm just saying sometimes they do get big rips with without a lot of volume. So and it should be coming out of this halt now any second, unless this is a. I mean, I don't know why it would be more than a 10-minute halt unless there's something going on and it's getting halted because of investigation. Which that could be. Oh, no, here it goes. So gap up to 450. A little bit of buying volume starting to come in. Or up to 469. Up to 487. I have no idea how high this will actually go. It may just hit $5 and be done. See, volume just jumped up a little bit. And it may start coming back down. It may not have that much in it. There's a lot going on this morning. For it to really rip, there'd have to be nothing else going on, and people would see it moving and start jumping in it. It's got a 27-cent spread right now. No, I'm not buying this at the time. I wouldn't have bought this anywhere in here. I would have, like, if I was gonna buy this, I would have probably bought it like as soon as possible. So I'd have bought it around this 330 area. No, it doesn't look like it's gonna do much. Yeah, starting to sell off here. So, but it's $1.50 though that you could have made off of this reverse stock split. But I definitely don't recommend anybody trade those. Unless they have like some type of really good news. You guys have seen me lose on them enough to know. Let's see. Let's look at the 30-minute on some things. BKYI at the rebreak. I don't know if I'd say the rebreak at 2. I don't know. BKYI has a lot of upper wicks on the 30-minute. There's a lot of upper shadows that make me real nervous on it. ASTC, perfect fishing rod. Don't want to touch that nonsense. AYTU is just doing its manipulating cult leader stuff. And BMI not doing anything. Yeah, and honestly, nothing right now looks good. Like, I don't see anything that I would look for a trade on because it is Friday. And volume's probably going to start dying off here. The SPY is trying to fight, but the SPY most likely is going to have a pretty big drop here at some point today. Oh, and I want to, while I've got some of you guys on here, on TVIX, I want you guys to know this because I didn't realize I was wrong about something on TVIX. Somebody commented on the coronavirus video. I've actually deleted that video. I responded to their comments and corrected myself and let it stay up for a little bit. But I've deleted that video because I was wrong on TVIX. TVIX is not an ETF. It is an ETN. And it's not directly correlated with the SPY. Hence the weird movements. but it goes off of volatility and uh, VIX's movements. So as long as the SPY was going down, TVIX was going up. I was correct about that. The part that I wasn't correct about, well, actually, I never even said that I would long term, or that you should long term hold this. You know, in the video, I was talking about day trading and swing trading TVIX and the SPY. But any weird, abrupt changes in the market can change the direction of TVIX. So when we all of a sudden started getting, you know, the Fed's pumping money in the market, it changed the direction of it. There was an abrupt change with the money, the trillions that they invested coming in and all that stuff, and it caused it to kind of switch directions and do some weird nonsense. Which that's the thing with TVIX, weird nonsense can happen. You know, in all my videos, I put a disclaimer not to buy stocks because anybody tells you to do your own due diligence first. But like I said, I got a pretty bad comment. I don't know if the guy lost some money or what on it. I mean, when I released that video, there was still plenty of time to get in on this drop on the SPY. But I just want to clarify that. Like I said, I took the video down because I don't want to put any misinformation out there. I was like half correct in my analysis of TVIX. I just wasn't fully correct. You know, I wasn't completely aware that abrupt changes in the market can change the direction of TVIX. That I did not know. The last time there was a little market drop and I played TVIX, it worked just fine. So, and TVIX worked just fine for me this time. You know, you guys saw I locked in $350 profits, and as soon as TVIX started acting weird, that's when I got out. Because when something is acting weird, you don't want to stay in it. Unless it's AYTU and it's getting manipulated, because you know why it's being weird. But you know. But yeah, I just want to go ahead and clarify all that. It kind of hurt to take that video down because it did have some pretty good stats. But like I said, I'm not going to put any misinformation out there. If I do, I will correct it. But just always do your own due diligence first. Don't just do stuff because you see a video on it. But yeah, so that's that. And I think, you know, if the market starts coming back down, well, let me look at this because you can see the weird where TVIX went nuts at, where it just decided to start going the other direction for no reason. So, well, that's not going to work. What did I put that on? That's 3 year. So let's do the 10-day. And we'll put this on the 10-day. Come on. Yeah, there we go. So, I mean, you can see on the 10-day, SPY was coming down, TVIX was coming up. And then right here where the SPY dropped, see, that was Sunday. See, where is it at? There's a weird Friday's right here. There's a weird price fluctuation in TVIX somewhere. Maybe it's not on the 10-day. I don't know. I can't remember where it's at. I saw it, and it was weird. So that's the 20-day. So maybe. So SPY's going down. TVIX is coming up. TVIX hits 1,000. Started selling off. That was Thursday. See, why we don't have the numbers? Friday. Oh, I think it was right here. This is where it got weird right here. So the market starts coming back up, TVIX starts dropping, but the market was coming up this day and TVIX went up as well. So that's where the direction got changed at. And that's like I said, abrupt changes. So but yeah, I just wanted to clarify why that video's gone and stuff like that, if anybody's wondering. Like I said, I don't think it was terrible information. If you got in on it and then wrote it up to that $1,000 mark on TVIX, you could have made a killing. So if you held longer than that, that's your risk. So what now? BKYI. Hmm. I mean, you kind of have a downtrend. So to be sure, 220 would have to break. I think 220 or 215. 215 the top of the flat tops of these two candles. I think 215 would be where you could kind of be a little safer on this. So you're in. One Life is in. See, have anything? I just grabbed 40 shares. If I can make a little bit to, if it does break 215 and starts moving some, and I can make a little bit, like 20 or 30 bucks to offset that loss I had earlier, then I'm gonna give it a shot. Because I'm not with 40 shares, I'm not gonna risk much. If it starts cracking back below 2, I'll just get out. But like I said, 215, it is getting a little momentum, so I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot with a small position. Like I said, a little bit of profit. This is a nice little double bottom, possibly. Like I said, that 215 areas, that's where it's going to be serious at. It's got to break 215. Like I said, I give it a little shot. I don't like the 30. I don't like the upper shadows on a 30-minute. But like I said, if it breaks 215, it's kind of changing directions. Starting to sell off a little bit here. It's a lot of red coming through. Oh, there it goes. So a little quick pullback. It does have the VWAP and the 9 right here at $2 as well. So there's a lot of support at $2. So I give it a chance. I go a little small position with One Life. We'll see what happens here. See if I can offset that loss a little bit. But basically, it's got to hold up $2 support, and it's got to break 215 soon. There, it's starting to come up now. And broke right through 215, so 220 is going to be your next resistance. Break a 220, 225. It could really start getting moving. And then 240, 250. If it gets way up, if it gets up there, then it's possible it could start going nuts, but we'll see. So we're right through 220 and see what happens at 225. We're coming up on 225 here. Looks like did it hit 225? I didn't see 225 on the ask. No, I didn't hit 225 yet. Yeah, I would say that's a good idea selling at 225 because my position's so small. I'm not gonna sell any of it until I see if 225 is gonna break or not. So 225 popped up there for a half a second. There is a lot of selling there. Let's see if we can try to test it a couple more times. Or one more time. Let's see. Okay, we're testing 225. Looks like we're through it yet. Right through 225. So let's see if this gets halted. We may get halted here. There's a lot of buying volume coming in all of a sudden at that break of 225. Yeah, I think we're going to get halted. Yeah, we're going to get halted. This is definitely... If this doesn't get halted, I'll be shocked. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say... So One Life's going to make a killing on this. I might possibly make my stop loss back, or my loss back, my $42 loss. I'm at $10 profit so far on this 40 shares. Woo! I should have been patient with PHUN and I could have caught this run. I shouldn't have. See, I jumped the gun on PHUN and I said it as soon as I did it. I was like, I think I jumped the gun on this. It works out a lot better if you're patient and you let plays come to you. Because, I had a lot more funds at that point. I could have actually made a decent profit on this. But we'll see what happens out of this halt. Yeah, nice job. I don't know how much you got in One Life, but nice job. Good job calling it out, too, right before this rip. So we'll see. Like I said, out of this halt, we're past the we're not past it, but we're right at this 230. And so if it breaks 230, I could see a lot of volume coming in. But it's going to have resistance at 245 and 250. So those areas are probably going to be pretty tough. If we start going up, I'll be probably looking to lock in that 250 area if it doesn't look like it's going to bust right through it. So we'll see. See, if you're just patient, with your trading, which I am not, then you can just wait for these plays to come to you. This was actually a pretty easy play. And that's what I plan on doing next week is being very patient and not jumping on things right away. It's my plan today, but I threw that out the window. So next week we'll see. We'll see if I jump out the window and forget my rules next week or not. You got a 275 price target? Why 275? Is there something on one of the charts? Or are you just saying because of... Oh, yeah, I see right there. I mean, 275 is natural resistance anyway, but there is a little bit of past chart resistance on 250. 250 is going to be pretty tough, though. 250 is going to be real tough. That's good. That's gonna be where we're gonna have to really watch it at. 2 year. Yeah, I saw some areas where 275, but 250 looks like a lot of like there could be a lot of issues. So we'll see when this gaps up at, or what this does out of this. Yeah. Yeah, the high days at 245. There's past chart resistance at 250. 250 is what as high as it's been in a year. And then 250 as well as natural resistance. So there's a lot of resistance at that 250 area. Now it is possible. I don't know how high this is going to gap up, if it's going to gap up at all. But I mean, it is close enough that if it gaps over 250, that it could run some more, maybe up to that 275. I don't think it's going to gap up that high though. I'd be pretty surprised if it gapped up that high. So when did we get halted? We got halted 9:48. So this actually should be coming out any second now, unless it's a 10-minute halt. Here it goes. So let's see. We're climbing up to that high a day. Maybe starting to sell off a little bit here. It's kind of deciding which way it wants to go. Let's see. We're testing that we through the pre-market high. I don't know. There was a lot of selling at 250, but it got taken out really quick. So I don't know if 250 is going to be that big. No, right through 250. So 250, not that big of a deal at all. I'm starting to struggle with 250 here, though. Yeah, so it is struggling. It did take out some big orders, but just give it a second here to see if it's going to break through. Yeah, there it goes. So it's trying. It's trying to break through 250. A lot of volume on this right now. There it goes. Now it's starting to break through 250. No, it's still struggling a little bit in this area. And I'm going to lock out, I think. Yeah, so 15 bucks. That takes a little bit from my loss. So yeah, 250 was a really strong area, and that's what I was waiting to see. So not bad. I mean, what did I invest? What about 40 shares? So 80 bucks. It's like 80 bucks, $15 profit. So that's it's about a 30% gain. Yeah, good job getting out. That's what I was saying. That 250 area was going to be tough. I had a feeling. I had a feeling. It kept trying to break through 250, and it would go a little above 250, but then it would come back down, and then it'd go back above, then it'd come back down. And after it struggled with 250 area for 3 times, I was like, that's it. That's enough. So, yeah. I mean, it's only at $15, but like I said, it's about a 35% gain on $80. So, am I doing that math right? Maybe I'm doing that math wrong. Let's see. Yeah, it's a close to there, 30 to 35%, something like that. So, not too bad. Yeah, it wasn't a big enough move for sure to break through the high a day. It's a decent move, but it wasn't a big move. So that offsets a little bit of my loss on PHUN. So instead of $42 today, I'm down now $28. So yeah, that's not. Boy, my math is bad today. 27. I don't know. I can't math. My math is not working. But nice job, One Life. I'm sure you made a nice profit. Yeah, there you go. So One Life making 400 on it. That was a pretty good easy play on a Friday. So a pretty easy 30 to 35% gain right there. No matter what your position size was, that's pretty easy. You got the double bottom here, building higher lows. So you got lows there, and you got the higher lows forming here, and then you got the VWAP and 9 at $2. Broke through that, and then nice little run. So yeah, no, I'm not doing anything else either. I just happen to have a little bit left of funds that I didn't realize, and I was like, it looks pretty. It looks like it's gonna have a decent run. So it is what it is. I just wanted to make my loss on PHUN a little less painful. Trying to get high. So all right, guys, we will be back next week. Because it's Friday, I don't see a lot happening this afternoon, so I'm not going to do a stream. Even, with AYTU, it's hanging in these areas. I don't think anything crazy is going to happen with it. Like I said, it could come back all the way down to 150. At this point, it doesn't look like it's going to. If it just stays in this area, that would be pretty nice. So that's pretty much it. So yeah, if you guys have a great weekend, enjoy yourselves, relax, and get ready for the stock market next week, because Monday and Tuesday is probably going to be very interesting. And I don't know why. I just feel like it's going to be an interesting week next week. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, until next time, guys.